Shruti, what is the greatest fear that you are undergoing?
Of course, it is the fear of the future. What will be my future profession? How can I ensure a bright future? Which university offers the most suitable course for me so that I can build a dream career in the future? These are the traumas many of us have.
Yes, many have this fear in their minds, but proper planning can solve this problem to a great extent and can ensure a bright future.
Exactly. This is what we are here for. Avenue 2021 is organized with a vision to help students to navigate their future and make their dreams real. The French word avenir means the future or time to come. It is a platform where the participating students will be empowered to confidently make wise career options and decisions.
Programs like Avenue 2021 play a critical and decisive role in the fulfillment of this vision by guiding and shaping the future of the youth. Each day of Avenue 2021 is linked with a specific branch of multiple intelligence. The orange gemstone coral on day 4 signifies musical intelligence. Those who are passionate about singing, playing instruments, and composing music can pursue their career as a musician, disc jockey, or singer.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to wholeheartedly welcome dignitaries from the Ministry of Education, Dr. Shivakumar Manikyam, Honorable Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman, members of the various boards of directors, CBSE officials, distinguished members of the MOE, Oman, officials of the Embassy of India, Sultanate of Oman, Mr. Alkesh Joshi, Honorary President of the School Management Committee, Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir, presidents and members of the school management committees of all Indian schools in Oman and from other schools and boards across the globe, principals, vice principals, heads of various departments, coordinators, teachers, parents, staff, and students of all participating schools. Welcome all.
A very warm welcome to all of you present here virtually for this session on day 4 of Avenue 2021. Your hosts for this morning are Shruti and myself, Pavan, of Class 11 of Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir.
Dear audience, it is our pride and privilege to have you all here with us on this journey of molding and carving out our dreams into reality by making right choices on the intersection point of rising opportunity and our life preparations.
Dear audience, you are requested to fill in the feedback form, which will be posted in the description box towards the end of the session. Filling this form is necessary as it would fetch you a participation certificate. Those who have joined through YouTube are requested to check the description box for the link to the feedback form. Dear audience, you are also requested to post your queries in the chat box. Our distinguished guests will answer them in a Q&A session.
Today, we are honored to have with us Professor Akhtar Kalam, an eminent representative of Engineering Institute of Technology, Australia, who will discuss the programs and courses they offer. Before that, let's watch a video presentation about the university.
The Engineering Institute of Technology is a higher education provider in Australia. We specialise in engineering and have two modes of delivery, our online delivery and our on-campus delivery.
EIT is based in Perth, the capital city of Western Australia, and we're also based in Melbourne, the capital city of Victoria.
The way we deliver is utilizing the industry experts. And when I say industry experts, we are not actually tied down to any one specific geographical location. We use the Internet of Things to actually source lecturers from all over the world, and they are able to stream in through a webinar platform.
EIT is unique in the sense that it delivers content online to students and it does it in a blended format. Now, it's engineering courses, and engineering courses require some kind of hands-on practical aspect to them as well. And EIT does that via online tools with remote labs embedded into the online delivery.
We have learning support officers, and the job of the learning support officers is to act as the glue between the students, the content, the academic staff.
The LOSOs are very helpful whenever I need to study. They always help me. It's not matter what time, what they're doing. They always reply my email, and they always ready to my help.
Our programs are catered for both people working in the industry as well as for students who are coming and studying with us on campus.
We pour all of our resources into making the best possible programs for our students.
Education should be a right, not a privilege.
EIT is like treat like a family for every student.
And that's what makes EIT different.
That was indeed a splendid video. Now, I call upon our guest presenter for the session, Professor Akhtar Kalam from Engineering Institute of Technology, Australia. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Pawan. Can I share my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Which one are you seeing? Are you seeing one picture or two pictures?
We are seeing a screen. It says Engineering Institute of Technology and your name's there.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. There's only one picture over there. Fantastic. A good day to everyone. My name is Akhtar Kalam, and it's great to be here. I'm the chair of the EIT Academic Board, and also I work as a professor at Victoria University in Melbourne. Besides other thing, one interesting thing is since I'm talking to students in Oman, I also have a professorship at GCET in Oman. So I'm also involved with an Omani institution. Just wanted you to understand that I also have link with Oman. I teach at Oman too. Now, I don't want to talk about myself, about the books and the PhD students I've produced and other things, but I do want to tell you, because there was a lot of talks about India, and I saw Shruti talking about India, Pawan talking about many institutions in India. I also graduated from India. I originally come from India. I left India a long time back, but I'm originally from India. I did my schooling, my college, my university in India first, and before moving to England and US and in Iraq. I was there in Iraq also for a couple of years. So I've got some good appreciation of education in the Western world. In particular, I can categorically say that Australian education is one of the best education that you can get. And as I told you, I studied in US, UK, and in India. I'm teaching in Australia for the last 38 years. And I can assure you, Australian education is the best. I would like to re-echo what Shruti was saying. She says that you want to get beautiful courses. I want to add to that, Shruti, it's not only beautiful course, but academically challenging course. That is what we provide. So just a wee bit of our institution so that you can understand what are we, what are the programs that we offer at EIT. I'm sure you're interested in the scholarships and what type of labs, workshop, and learning environment that we provide. Where are the campus? You saw in the video, we've got two campuses, one in Perth and the other in Melbourne. I'm from Melbourne. The trends in engineering, I'd like to tell you what is happening in engineering. But before I tell you all that, one of the best thing I can mention to you, and that's the best thing that I can share with you today, is to tell you that we have something in Australia called QUILT, which is Quality of Education in Learning and Teaching. And we have got quite a bit of awards, and look at the types of award that we have got, either by doing quality educational experience, giving teaching quality, providing student support, and also for giving skills development. So we're very strong in skills development. Now, about the EIT itself, we think that we are world-class education. We provide that. We will give skills that will completely get you into the workforce. So the hands-on experience that you get at EIT, that is the one that will get you jobs. So it's not only to get the qualifications, it is very important that you do get a job. And one of the best thing of EIT is that we are purely an engineering-based institution. So whatever we do, from professional certificates to diplomas, to advanced diplomas, to undergraduates and graduate certificates, bachelor's program, master's program, and the Doctor of Engineering program, we are purely focused on engineering. As I mentioned, we work very closely with the industry. So that way, our programs are industry oriented, and we produce engineers who are job ready the very day that they graduate. We have got world-class Australia's accredited education that we provide, whether it is in the vocational program, in our higher education program. All our programs are registered and has accreditation, not only by Australian government, but also by professional institution. And the people who are teaching over there, the lecturers, they are very experienced engineers and subject specialists. They're not the normal sort of academics who just talk about research, but they've got the experience that they bring from the industry, and not necessarily from Australia itself. They could be in any part of the world, and the delivery model is unique. That makes us outstanding because we do live and interactive webinars. We've got an international pool of lecturers, learning support officers. We use the state-of-art technologies. And as I told you, hands-on workshop, remote laboratories, and simulation software. Now, I'm sure you're interested in the undergraduate program, so I'll skip the postgraduate one. But we have got Bachelor of Science in Industrial Automation, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, and in Civil and Structural Engineering. All the bachelor's programs that we have are based in Perth. Perth is the capital city of Western Australia. Now, you would like to know what are the intake dates? In Australia, our dates are the 2 semesters that we have is in February and in July. So you're talking about another 4 to 5 months, and we'll be starting our new semester. And the second semester will be finishing in a month's time. So we start in July, the second semester. The fees is about, it is one of the lowest fees that is there in Australia because our owners and our directors are very keen to provide quality education with the least price. And therefore, it is only $23,500. If you would like to compare that with another organization, another Australian organization, others would be charging anything between $35,000 to $50,000. So you see that automatically you've got a substantial amount of fee reduction without any scholarship, and we do give a scholarship on the top of this. Naturally, being from offshore, you are in Oman, you have to pay the first semester upfront fees. And the onshore, I will to pay half the semester fee upfront. And it all depends on case by case, and the remaining in the start of the semester. Bachelor of Science program in engineering, as I told you, whichever disciplines of engineering that you talk about, civil, mechanical, electrical, industrial, whatever you do, it's a 3-year program. And there are 4 or 5 units that you have to take in one semester. You will be paying for that 5 units during that semester in the first part of the semester. And in the second part of the semester, you'll be doing 4 units. Now, whatever happens, whichever number of units you take, your fees does not change. It doesn't increase or it doesn't go low. Now, the entry criteria. If I have to go through all the details of the entry, it'll be difficult. But you can look at the website and find out about the entry. And StudyCo can tell you better on the entry requirement. But one thing is for sure, and that is that what is the entry requirement? And the most important thing is the English language skill. And that is what we want. We want to make sure that you have the IELTS of 6.0 and no subscore less than 5.5. So that's not us. It is purely a directive from the Australian government. So we work on the guidelines of the Department of Home Affairs. So you understand, all applications will be considered on a case-by-case method. So it's not a wholesale sort of entry or wholesale sort of rejection. If you don't have the English skill, we can package your program with the English language one with our partners. And then in engineering, I hope you understand that mathematics is another thing that we would like you to have, because that will be a great help to do any of the engineering programs that I talked to you about. Then the other thing that you may be interested in is scholarships. I do know that everyone is interested in scholarships. I remember when I left India long time back, I too was interested in scholarships. So I'm 100% sure that all of you would be interested in scholarship. And I can tell you that all new students or future students who are there, you can apply for a scholarship up to 35% reduction in the fees. So whatever the fees is, I told you the fees is $24,000. You can get about another $8,000 off if you qualify for it. I'm not saying that everyone will get it. You have to apply for it. There's a formal application, and you can find that in our webpage also. Then labs. This is something that I presume when you talk about these beautiful courses that Shruti was talking about, and I said that academically challenging courses, and the academic challenging courses comes from the lab. This is where you get the practical experience, where you will combine your remote and virtual labs, including the simulation one. So in these labs, you will be controlling physical equipment and sensors, which is exactly very similar to what you will get in any other engineering lab, in any other institution. Now, but on the top of that, the labs are complemented by workshop. And you can see in this picture over there on the left-hand side, the top one, where they're actually working in an environment where there's a workshop and they're doing work-integrated learning. And all these students who are there, those 9 or 10 students, they are there. They work in the industry in an internship program. Every one of you will go through an internship program. So as I mentioned, you get a hands-on exercise of using simulation software, remote laboratories, practical based assignments, interactive discussion groups. Students are able to grasp new knowledge and apply all these to the real world problem. So each of them is hosted. Engineering software and hardware can be controlled in real time. And this is just very simple because you just log in and select your lab and you are in it, and your time slot. The other thing I wanted to say is about our campus. Look at the green campus that we have on the right-hand side. Then look at the facilities like our classroom. Classrooms are small. It's not 200, 300 students. We believe in 30, 35 students at most in a class. So, and then the campus is very, very green. This is the one in Melbourne where I'm based, and you can see this is exactly in the middle of the city, in the city of Melbourne. I don't know whether you know this or not. Melbourne is one of the most livable city in the world, and these are some of our staff members. The two in the front are the academic staff members, the two female, and that person at the back, the admin staff people. Now, a bit of the job position. I want to make sure that you understand this, and I'm not trying to scare you, but I can tell you right now that 75 million jobs will be displaced by a shift in the division of labor between humans and machines. There will be 133 million new roles. They will appear, but the new division of labor between humans, machines, and algorithms will come in. So those who are adequately qualified and experienced will be the one who will be able to survive in this new domain. Then I want to talk about fourth industrial revolution. As I'm talking about the fourth industrial revolution, I can tell you right now, we are going toward the fifth industrial revolution. But the industrial revolution, or the fourth industrial revolution, there is a downward pressure on jobs in developing countries. Middle skilled professionals such as clerical work and customer services, they will all disappear, my friends. There will be demand for high and no skilled jobs will be there. There will be skills will be required, and the skills are the one that will make you demanded in the industry. You will find that you may have to have creativity and problem solving skills. So if you have got those two skills, creativity and problem solving, it'll replace many of the busy work that you have been doing. Social function will become very important, especially now with pandemic that we have got in Australia itself, where due to COVID-19, where there was a lot of impact on jobs, etc. So the social functions of these jobs will become very important. Then work will be increasingly distributed and global phenomena. So you won't be confined to one place to do a work. Then what are the trends? This is one thing everyone asks me. What is the trend? I tell you right now, cybersecurity and cybercrime will be a thing. IoTs will be there. We will be in a super connected world. AI will increase because that will increase automation, and there'll be more and more of robots, and machine learning will come. There will be a lot of smartphones. We already have not only iPhone or iPad and other things, but everything is becoming part of the primary tool. We are talking now of iPhone 13 and 14, those type of version that is coming out. My friend, we will not be any more dependent on fossil fuel plant because of climate change and environmental impact and all the carbon that we are polluting. I tell you that renewable energy will be the future. You will be having energy where you will be using renewable energy, and battery will become a storage. You will find that you will be able to use renewable energy. You know that renewable energy, many of you will think only in terms of solar and wind. There are many other aspects of renewable energy. But if you just take solar and wind, they're intermittent in nature, but therefore you need some sort of storage, and battery will be the future. Then there will be virtual and augmented reality. There'll be a virtual collaboration that'll become a common feature. Drones and UAVs will become part of the business. Big data will be providing detailed information. And there will be a hype and nonsense trends. And as I told you in the beginning, with artificial intelligence, machine learning will come in. Now, if you look from the automation engineer's point of view, because we are talking about robotics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, they will multiply, and you will see a greater diversity of occupation than ever before. And this will affect all of us, not only you, but me and everyone in this room that is attending this presentation today. Everyone will be impacted with automation. Now, you will ask, what sort of career have you got? What can you get after doing this 3 years program? You can go to become an automation product manager. You can become a project manager. You can become a sales engineer in automation. You can become a techo. You can go for process control, commissioning, and production. You can work in the plant, factory, or any building area. You'll be using a lot of PLCs, DCS, and SCADA system. SCADA is supervisory control and data acquisition. You'll be working in industrial design and consultation. Then there'll be supply chain management, quality assurance and sales, operations, maintenance, field services, and technical support. You'll be working as a control engineer, instrumentation engineers, or robotics engineer. Then you'll be looking at as a field systems engineer. You can be working as a PLC programmer. Okay, PLC means programmer logical controller. Okay, or you can be a project manager. Many engineers become project manager. Now, you need to be in the STEM area. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and management. This will be central, and all the jobs of the future will be catered for the STEM area. And people who have these skills, and I'm sure all of you who are attending today's session, you will see that all of you are absolutely secured to succeed in the future. Now, what's the trends like? And I can tell you about Australia. In Australia, approximately there are 45,500 industrial, mechanical, and production engineers. And this has been growing in the last 5 years, and is going to increase in the next 5 years. And this 45,500 will become 53,000 in another 3 years' time. So it's going leaps and bounds. That's only industrial, mechanical, and production. But there'll be jobs for civil engineers. There'll be jobs for mining engineers. There'll be jobs for industrial, mechanical, and production engineers. There'll be jobs for ICT support and test engineers. A lot of jobs for electrical and electronic engineering. A lot of jobs of telecommunication. A lot of jobs which are engineering managers. You will find jobs as electronic people, chemical and materials. So you find that the jobs are plenty in Australia. There's plenty of jobs in New South Wales, Queensland, and Western Australia. These are three states which are crying out for engineers. And what are the trends? In Australia itself, we are seeing that the trends is more to civil engineering because there are a lot of infrastructure going on. There are a lot of vacancies in that area. There are major civil engineering projects being generated, and there is a boost and demand for civil engineers. And I'll tell you right now, in Australia, our construction industry is booming, and this has aided to the job growth. So in short, what I've told you is about Engineering Institute of Technology. This is based in 2 campuses, one in Perth and the other in Melbourne. And you can contact Preeti. She can tell you about anything that you would like to know. But I'll be more than happy to answer any questions if that is required. But apparently you will have to do that. And I don't want to interfere in what Pawan and Shruti have to say. So I'll leave it to the wonderful and capable hand of beautiful Shruti and handsome Pawan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was truly an enriching and captivating session. Sir, may I request you to answer a few queries which have been raised by our valued audience. I also would like to request the moderator to proceed with the question answer session.
Good morning, sir. It was indeed.
Good morning.
It was indeed an enriching and empowering session. Here we have few questions raised by the audience. Can I go ahead, sir?
Yes, please.
The first question: what is the admission eligibility for computer science?
As I told you, all our programs are in engineering, so it's the computing part of engineering. It is a year 12, A level or year 12, which we call it our local higher secondary type of examination. So that's the eligibility. But the most important one, besides the year 12 score, is the English language one. And I'm stressing that, not because of EIT or anyone else. It is purely a government regulation. In order to come to Australia, you must be able to show that you have got good engineering communication skills. If not, you'll not be able to survive in this country. All lectures will be given in English language, and therefore you must have an IELTS. You will not get the visa if you don't have the IELTS. An IELTS of 6.0 is the one which is recommended. If you get higher, that is fantastic. You got no worries. But if you get lower and you can't get that, and it's quite possible sometimes, students do have difficulty in examination type of situation. We can make a program, tailor-make the program in such a way that the student can come in Australia, do the English language skills first, which could be 4 to 6 months. I don't know exactly how long. Pretty and others will tell you exactly, but they can do that, and then they can come and join the classes. So yes, there is an alternative also. But as I said, English language is the toughest thing. And if you're an engineering student, and this is my take on it. And I remember when I was in India, I did my first bachelor's degree in mathematics. And I always believe mathematics makes you a better person, and mathematics makes you the first-class engineer.
Thank you, sir. Your next question: so will engineering be a trend or a big opportunity of work to be dependent upon in the future?
Very good question. Brilliant question. You're asking an engineer that question. Naturally, I've got a bias, and I have to tell you from my point of view only. I can tell you at the moment, I can definitely tell you that engineering has been there. Engineering is there. Engineering will always be there. So whatever you say, engineering is definitely going to be is there, right? So there's no doubt about that. Lynn, look around you and look around your room that you are in. I'm just asking you a simple question. Look around you. Can you see anything but engineering around you? You've got your globes. You're talking to me. You've got a headphone. You have got a computer. You've got your iPhone. Look in your pocket. You've got an iPhone. Okay, everything. I'm dependent on this thing, right? You'd be surprised, Lynn. My grandson, who is 4 years of age, he knows to use this better than I do.
Exactly so.
Engineering, my friend Lynn, this is engineering. This is top-class engineering. Engineering is going to be there for all time, number one. Now, the question is that what type of engineering will be there? And that's a very hard question. And you find, especially young people, and I don't blame them, they like these boutique type of engineering. You know what I mean by boutique type of engineering. At the moment, say for argument's sake, I come up with a new program saying cybersecurity type. I come with a new program, talk about space engineering. I come with a new program called biomedical engineering, right? All these are a boutique program, I call it, right? They come, they are there, they have got a finite life, and then they go back. But the infrastructure engineering will be there for all time. The electrical, the mechanical, the civil, the construction, the one that is automation, they will be there for all time to come. So I have no hesitation in saying that there is a huge opportunity in engineering. Jobs has been there, always will be there. But I must make a qualification. I have to tell you, I have to qualify myself. Naturally, these days, the job will be to the fittest person. You won't get a job because you've done an engineering qualification at EIT. No, I don't think so. I'll be telling you lies, Lynn. I don't believe that's right. You will get a job, provided EIT has prepared you for the modern engineering world. And that's what the critical. There are institutions, and I know, as I told you from my background, I've been teaching for the last 38 years here, right? And I can tell you that there are institutions, and I'm not talking about Australia and in all over the world, right? The currency is not there. You understand? The currency is not there. If the currency is not there, naturally you'll not get a job. If it's up to date, recent, modern, and I told you when I was giving the presentation and there was a slide on Industry 4, I said Industry 4 has already been superseded by Industry 5. I'm already grading on my students and my listeners what the next generation of industrial revolution that will come. And that is a challenge. I hope, Lynn, I have answered your question. A bit forceful, yes. But I get very, I get very, very passionate when someone asks me about engineering. I tell you, engineering job has been there for all time. And
I can feel that, sir. It's there. When you are explaining itself, I can feel it.
Thank you very much.
All right, next question. Is it important to write JEE exam to become software engineers?
Is it important to write which thing?
JEE.
Which exam?
JEE.
JEE. Yeah. No. For in Australia you're talking about, or is it India? See, the joint entrance exam is in India, not in other part of the world. No, we only base everything on your year 12 certificate. That's it. Your entrance is only on year 12. Nothing to do with JEE, nothing to do with GRE, nothing to do with anything. The only thing we accept is IELTS or TOEFL or whatever you have got, the equivalent English language program. That's all. We don't, in Australia, there is no such thing as getting joint entrance exam or something like that. We base everything on you. You have had, any student will know that year 12, I don't know about others, but I can talk about myself. Year 12, I've never forgotten year 12. When I did year 12, before many, as a matter of fact, everyone in the room was born. Before they were born, I did my year 12. In 1965, I'm talking about that type of age. And I can tell you, even now, I'm scared of that year 12 exam. That is my career exam. I became an engineer based on my year 12 marks. I did not become an engineer because I went for the joint entrance exam. I did go to United States. You have a qualification of GRE and other things in US besides the TOEFL. Right? But in Australia, we don't do that. In Australia, your year 12 results is all that we are interested in.
Thank you, sir. And the last question. So what measures did you practice to succeed and to become what you are today?
Very good question. And I'll give you an answer in one line. 5% intelligence, 95% perspiration. 5% intelligence and 95% hard work. That is all that's required. Nothing extraordinary. And anyone can do that. You don't have to be a topper to be an engineer, as long as you've got the passion to do engineering, as long as you've got commitment to do engineering, as long as you are trying to understand the engineering principle and sweat it out. If you can sweat it out, that's fine. And that is the hardest bit. I tell you, I use the word 5% inspiration and 95% perspiration. But I really mean it. I really mean it. It's just pure hard work, nothing else. And look at me, I mean, looking at me, you don't think I do any hard work at all, isn't it? I mean, I know, Lynn, you are laughing at me. But I did hard work. My 4-year of engineering degree that I got from India, I believe that that was real slogging, basically. The fundamentals that gave me the fundamentals, which is important. As I told you, we did not have that in India, that hands-on type of experience that we are giving it to you in EIT at the moment. The vocational education is not only the analytical part. The part which is important is whether you understand the problem, where you can solve the problem, whether you are a holistic type of engineer. If you are a good engineer, if I took you and put you in the desert in Oman, right, and you survive over there, you can have a generator to power your electricity. You can fix up your car. I'm talking about a very simple thing. You can put a carby, you can change a bulb, you understand, you can see the fuses, you can do mechanical work, you can do electrical work, a bit of everything. Engineer means a genius person. I don't want to say I'm a genius. I'm not a genius, sorry. But the word engineer comes from that word ingenuity, which is genius. So all those who are there, the 166 attendees who are there, they are all the genius one except me.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Is that absolutely clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, can I ask you one more question, if you don't mind?
Yes, please. As many. Look, I've got a verbal diarrhea. I can talk for hours. I've got no worries at all.
Yes, sir. What was the cutoff last year? And what are some measures you would insist in being practiced to be in this sector? Okay.
Now, that's a very interesting question. When you talk about cutoff, we're talking about cutoff of Australian students. There is a subtle difference between international students and Australian students. I am talking to our students who are in Oman. I presume they're doing some exams, either they're doing the Indian board exam, they're doing some exams, the HSC type equivalent, the English exam, the British one, the American one. I don't know which one they're doing. But I can tell you roughly about 60% to 65%. I'm purely using marks rather than saying first division, second division, because there's a lot of difference. I remember when I was doing BSc in Calcutta, when I was a student over there, I remember 30% was a pass mark. So to tell someone that 30% is a pass mark, people think is crazy because everyone thinks 50% is a pass mark. But in Calcutta, we had 30% pass mark, which meant that the standard was so high that to get above 30% was very difficult. So that's why I use the word around 60%. But then if there are someone due to some extraordinary reasons, due to a pandemic, I just want to use that as an example because the students are coming just through the pandemic period. And I don't want to wish this to anyone, but There may be someone in the family who was impacted with COVID, and the student did badly. I mean, it was, you understand, you can't predict what is going to happen. And if if put a consideration and don't have the required score, we will definitely look at it. As I told you, to become an engineer, you don't need to be a genius, mate. You will become a genius, but you don't need to be genius to enter engineering. You can be a second-class student, an average student. If you're hardworking, you make a commitment to study engineering, you will become an engineer.
Thank you, sir.
You're
That's
welcome.
all, sir.
Very
Yes.
much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for responding to all the queries. Over to you, Pavan.
Thank you, sir. We are truly grateful for your relevant, valued, and patient answers to all our queries. I am sure the participants are enlightened and have got a true picture of the prospects available for them at your esteemed organization. Audience, please remember to fill in the feedback form.
As we have come to the end of this session, I would like to take the privilege to put my appreciation and gratitude on record. It is my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. On behalf of Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir, the organizing team, and the entire audience, let me first express a profound sense of gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said for the magnanimous benevolence showered on the Indian diaspora in the Sultanate of Oman. May the Almighty shower abundant blessings on His Majesty and this peaceful and prosperous country of our residence.
We extend heartfelt thanks to our eminent speaker, Professor Akhtar Kalam from Engineering Institute of Technology, Australia. Thank you, sir. The session was truly informative and enlightening. It opened up new vistas in front of us. Our deepest sense of appreciation and gratitude to Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman, and other esteemed members of the board and honorary members on the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. Thank you, sirs and ma'ams, for inspiring presence and guidance at all times.
We are indeed grateful to our platinum sponsor, StudyCo, gold sponsors, Jain Group of Institutions, Grey Matters Academics, Vellore Institute of Technology, and Sri Ramachandra Institutes of Higher Education. Bronze sponsors, Middle East College, Oman, Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Dallas Baptist University, and MIT World Peace University, Pune. Our digital marketing partner, Spectrum, and our media partner, The Arabian Stories, and valued donors.
Our sincere thanks to Mr. Alkesh Joshi, the Honorary President of Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir School Management Committee, and other members of the SMC for their overwhelming encouragement and support at all occasions. I also wish to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to our tower of strength and fountain of motivation, our beloved principal, Mr. D.N. Rao, honorable principals of all participating schools in the MENA region, vice principals, assistant vice principals, coordinators, supervisors, and the entire teaching community of all the participating schools for the support, guidance, and active involvement.
I wish to thank each and every student and parent for their valuable presence in making this Global Career Fair Avenir 2021 a grand and mesmerizing event. An event of this kind requires the coordination of a committed team. My earnest and heartfelt thank you to my ISWK team behind the scene, working tirelessly and making Avenir 2021 a tangible reality. Last but not the least, I thank God, Almighty God for making this session a great success. Thank you all. See you soon for the next session. Please check the Avenir website, aveniroman.com, for details of further sessions. Take care and have a wonderful day ahead.